even tried it. Make America one again.
I don't know why I put on this little ass t-shirt. I'm using it as an undershirt under my work shirt, but I didn't realize how little it was. I look fat.
Just suck it in. You used to separate. Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Kevin and Mikkel. We are back with another video this week. I told y'all we was going to come back. Please make sure you start this video off by clicking the thumbs up button, which is the like button. I need to find that remote today. Can you pass me that remote?
Where?
Oh, right here on the iPad.
This white thing?
Yeah. Please make sure y'all start this video off by clicking the thumbs up button, which is below this video. If you're a first time watcher of the Scorpion Show, please click on the two bobbleheads above Mikkel's head and go ahead and subscribe. You can just click right on it and subscribe. As you guys know, we announced this week that the Scorpion Show Barbecue is returning on August 20th, 2016, which is 4 weeks away. So please get up on the phones, call your girlfriends, or if you ain't got no girlfriends, call your boyfriends. If you ain't no boyfriends, just bring yourself, because you might find somebody to meet at the Scorpion Show Barbecue. So, you know, some people be saying that I don't want to come by myself. There are plenty of people that come by themselves and end up meeting people, and they are still friends to this day. So please come on out, support us, have a good time. All we ask is that you bring a fun attitude, school supplies for the children, and BYOB. Bring your own body. What else I'm gonna say? I'm just looking forward to it. I've been looking at the rentals and all of that stuff. You know, I've been in the beginning stages. I'm feeling happy that I'm doing this again because it's been 2 years. 2 years since we've done it, so we're bringing it back. And I know a lot of people have been asking to bring it back, so it's coming back August 20th. Okay, don't forget August 20th. People have been asking if we will do donations. We will not do donations on GoFundMe, but if you want to donate, you can donate to us. I'll have an email link for you guys where you can donate to a PayPal account. What else? Is there anything else? Also, we're having
it on GoFundMe.
Huh? I don't want to put it on GoFundMe because it's just too much drama for me with the GoFundMe stuff. I would rather people just donate to PayPal and just leave it like that. Now, unless you want it to be on GoFundMe,
I mean,
I'll let you do it.
If you allow the drama to come in. If you ignore the drama,
I do.
Like
I'm just saying, I just don't want them.
Ignore the drama.
I just don't. But see, no matter how hard you try to ignore shit, it's gonna come to you. People want to tweet you.
It is. But the thing about it is, look how successful we are when we do stuff like this.
That's right.
So there's nothing that anyone can say that could ever stop that. Like what?
Yeah.
Like
for me personally, you know,
ignore it like I do. I know nothing about it. Why? Because I ignore it. And like I told you before, people don't even bring it my way. And you always say, how come they don't bring it your way? Because I don't entertain it.
Because I
don't entertain it. There's nothing that anybody can say about us or the GoFundMe. Like,
I'll have you say it.
No, you set it up.
Bitch, you set it up.
You set it up. I'm telling you set it up because you know what to do, and
okay.
You're the Scorpion. Like, fuck whoever got. Excuse me. I'm
but go ahead and say.
F whoever got anything to say. We are going to do this every year that we've done it. We've been successful, and we've never had an empty room or an empty block.
No.
And that's no shade to anybody who has empty rooms or empty blocks. But I'm just saying, we don't have those sort of problems. Because despite what people say, people like us. That's why they watch and then they come to our events. Whether they like you or like me or like both of us at the same damn time. They like us.
Alright, well I'll set up a GoFundMe.
Right.
And the link will be inside the more info box.
Right.
Okay.
And then you guys can donate and... Because Kevin and I ain't rich.
No.
No. I ain't rich.
But this... Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This is my thing. I feel, you know, my family has done the GoFundMe, and then I don't want people to be like, oh, here he go again.
But your family. First of all, I can't believe I'm even having to say this because you got common fucking sense. I'm trying to figure out where it's at right now. This is not the first time you did a GoFundMe for the Scorpion Show Barbecue.
Sure
You did it before, and it was very, very successful. Shout out to everybody who donated. It was successful. People donated from their hearts. Nobody gave a fuck. We were able to buy the things that we needed to supply for the barbecue, for the viewers. Everything was wonderful. Everybody had a great time. Your family's GoFundMe was because y'all had a tragedy in your house. How can anybody fucking criticize that? You had a tragedy in your home. Your home caught on fire. That is not something that, you know, you are worried about why people were saying that y'all needed the money. But fuck what they had to say about why you needed the money, because that's none of their business. Right? That's none of their business. You know? They don't know what you had or what you didn't have at that time. They all assumed what you didn't have, unless you got out there and told people that. But I don't remember you telling people something like that. Did you? No. So people assumed, and because you reacted, they said, okay, well, we're right, because he's reacting to it. Sometimes you can't react, because you don't know what the fuck somebody got. Like, for instance, I go out with my friends, and the minute my friends say to me, Diggy or Rara, they'll say to me, let's go out somewhere. And you know what I always say to them when they not all the time, but you know what I say to them when they say, let's go out somewhere? I always say I'm broke. And just recently, Diggy said to me, how come every time I actually go somewhere, you always say you're broke? I said, well, because, you know, I was told a long time ago, in order to save your money, you gotta say you're broke, so that you won't spend. See, I'm telling you I'm broke. But I ain't broke. That's what I'm telling you. Perception is everything. Let people think what they want to think.
Yeah.
Look at me, I wear the same dingy hat every fucking day. Okay? I wear the same dingy hat every fucking day. I come to Kevin's house Monday through Friday with this, well, not the same, but a work uniform on every fucking day. Green and black, green and fucking black, okay? When people see me outside of this work uniform, they cannot fucking believe it. Why? Because they're so used to seeing me with it on that some people think that I don't work anywhere. And Kevin was a witness to that. Somebody told me to my face one day on his block that you don't work nowhere and you need to go get a job. He witnessed that.
Mind you, they're here every day too.
And mind you, they're here every day. With no job. And told me I need to go get a job. That's what I'm saying. People gonna think what they want to think. They're gonna think what they want to think and think what they say what they want to say. Be more like me. That's why people say, oh, Mikhail, you're so arrogant. No, I just don't pay that shit no mind. Moving along.
Yeah, well, donations will be open and you can donate whatever you would like to donate.
Yes. Anything you'd like to donate. $1, $2, $5, $10. Oh! Can I just say, God works in mysterious ways. There was a reason why you brought up the GoFundMe. Because now it's segueing into my GoFundMe account. So a few months ago, I had a GoFundMe set up on my page, and I need for you to show me how to deactivate it. I had a GoFundMe set up on my page, and I asked people to donate to the Family and Friends Day at my church that we were having back in May. I was able to raise $1,500, okay? So, shout out to everybody who donated on that GoFundMe on my page from my church. The money was given to my church. That particular day for Families and Family Day, with my $1,500 plus other people's money that was raised, we were able to raise $3,728.
I know that's right.
Ain't God good?
Yes,
Won't he
he
do it? Yes, he will. Okay.
Well,
Not only that will we able to raise that much money, but we were able to take some of that money, and we had this really, really bad water leak from like the past 2 or 3 years. We had this really bad water leak in my main sanctuary. And Kevin can tell you, and anybody who's been to my church, they can tell you how big our main sanctuary is. And there was water that was leaking from our bell tower onto the roof of our actual sanctuary, and it caused this massive hole in the back of our church where you could actually see inside of the wall and the beams. Well, let me tell you something, God is good. We got that fixed.
Yes.
You would never even know that we had.
Go off.
You don't want me to go off like Family and Friends.
No.
Because that was nothing. I goes off. Okay, I goes off. I gotta let him know how good he's been. How good he's been, okay? So, yes. So shout out to everybody who was able to look out and donate to that GoFundMe page to my church. And if I ever come to you in the future, 9 times out of 10, if I'm doing a GoFundMe, it ain't for me, it's for my church, okay? So best believe is going to the church, and we are not a rich church at all. Kevin can tell you,
Okay.
we ain't a rich church at all. So if I'm coming to you and asking you, we're doing these fundraisers and raising money, it ain't going in nobody's pockets but the church's pockets, so we can get things fixed and in order. Okay?
Yes.
Because we may not have enough people. Because I know some people say, well, how come the guy? We may not have a lot of people, and we don't have a lot of people at our church that can. So we go out to the public and hope and pray that people will.
Yeah, and if y'all want to join his church, y'all free to join.
Yes.
If you're in Philadelphia, especially if you're in West Philly.
God is good. I just found $3 in my wallet.
Is that the $2 I gave you from
It probably is. And the other dollar, I don't know where that came from. Bitch, or both broke bitches happy. I just found $3 in my wallet. Yes. Okay.
Well, you know what that? You know what tomorrow is.
No, what is it?
What date is tomorrow?
It's our anniversary. It's not our anniversary. What is it?
What is it on that 22nd?
What's that day? Am I missing that? Oh, we get paid that day?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's going to be a check tomorrow, or it's just going through?
Check is coming.
I know that's right. Look at God. Yes, bitch.
Already got the email.
You're telling me there ain't no God. How dare you tell me there ain't no God when I just found $3 fucking in my damn wallet.
Oh,
And
Lord.
didn't even know I had it. Look at God.
So look, let's get into this video.
Let me tell you something. It's very true. Before we get into the video, when you become an adult, stuff like this is like $300. Okay?
Especially when you don't have no money. And I can attest to this. When you don't have no money. When you down to your last freaking dollar, right? You go buy some clothes.
Tell it.
You start going in the pockets. Bitch, where did this $20 come from?
And it's always 20.
Okay? And where did this $5? And where did this dollar come from? Then you hear all of this change.
Change. You be like, all this change is probably pennies. Bitch, it be $5, $6.
And you know what? When it adds up, and I take that shit right next door because I know
tell you
it.
something.
Ain't nothing like finding money.
And I dare somebody to tell me he's not good, okay? We were singing Hold to God's Unchanging Hand this past Sunday, and then we really gonna get into the show. And we had choir day, and my first lady, she was the worship leader, so you know the choir was singing and stuff. So you know she's like, okay, we're gonna keep this worship going. You know, we about to do mission offering, we just gonna keep this worship going. Baby, they be singing, you know, Hold to God's Unchanging Hand. I was singing before I knew it. I got happy, and I was all over that aisle. Okay, broke as a joke, but I was shouting like I was the richest person in that church. Okay. Because I know where my help coming from.
Yeah.
We going into this
So let's get into this video.
Yes.
Before they done clicked off.
Because the heathens don't want to hear it.
Yes. So, Melania Trump, we know she's been going through it this week.
Yes, sir.
And it's also because Donald Trump team and Paul Manafort and them, who's the campaign manager, have been trying to deny that Melania plagiarized Michelle Obama's speech from the DNC in Denver back in 2008. So, yesterday, I wake up and I see that there's been this letter written by someone who has worked with the Trump family for years. And they were saying how Melania Trump, Melania Trump idolized Michelle Obama's speech from 2008, so she was giving her passages and stuff. Melania was giving her passages and she was writing them down.
Not realizing it was from Michelle Obama.
Yeah.
Melania knew, but the friend who was writing it didn't know.
Did not know. But it's still fucked up. Like, this is a big campaign. And as much as y'all trying to take Hillary down, everybody's going to try to take y'all down too because they don't want Donald fucking Trump in the White House. So somebody that heard the speech instantly pulled that shit right on up and then meshed the video side by side. And they've been coming for Melania Trump ever since. And everybody that's a Donald Trump supporter have been defending Melania, and now they all look fucking stupid. And it's like, and we're gonna get to about what I'm about to say in a little bit, but how can you look at a video, see that they're similar, and still say that
It's not.
it's not?
It's not plagiarism. How?
How?
People have been kicked out of colleges and universities for plagiarism. Literally kicked out because you plagiarized something that you shouldn't have done. How can you look at it side by side and say that it's not the same? And then the campaign manager, Paul Manafort, whatever his name is, had the nerve to say that the words are not plagiarized. They are common words that everybody uses. In the same sentence.
Ow! Well, the lady who wrote I Can't Stop Loving You by Michael Jackson put on her Twitter, Saida Garrett said, if this was in court and you were to compare the lyrics, she would be sued and she would lose.
Okay?
So, it's plagiarism. Point blank period.
Point blank period. Like, come on. And Donald Trump hasn't said a...
They're going to say, oh, my wife has been getting all of this press, more press than all the things that's been... Girl, Donald, your wife fucked up. Now Melania can't even be seen anywhere. And is she going to be with you tonight at the convention? Because I will be watching. And speaking of that convention, last night was diversity night. So they had black people, Latino people, and any other
people that they paid.
Yeah.
Because that pastor, whatever his name was, they paid him.
Pastor Darren Scott, I think that's his name. He's always going to say it and defend Trump. And he is one of the pastors that defend Trump. But I will say this. He got the loudest...
Oh yeah, I watched him.
I
watched him on there, yes. Because he was like a damn pro wrestler. He was yelling and screaming and couldn't contain himself. But the shady part throughout his speech came when they thought it necessary to put under his name the banner that they put, you know, information about you. They thought that it was, he's so stupid that he didn't even realize he was a pawn. They put Pastor Darren Scott of New Spirit Revival Center Ministries. In the 1980s, Scott left behind a life of drugs and turned to religion.
Okay.
Now, why did they have to put that? You know why? Because you're just a jigaboo and a cheap suit, and they paid you to get up there and say those things about that. Look.
And I didn't even see that on the bottom of the screen.
You are an idiot and you are a pawn, Daryl Scott. They used you.
Because MSNBC damn sure showed a speech. CNN you showed you.
They used you. Okay?
But you know what though? It's they didn't have to bring it up.
No, but what was the point of bringing it up? That's
so the people can know who he. I mean,
no.
They want you to know the bad things.
No, but why do I need to know that in the 1980s, over 30 years ago, that he lived a life of drugs? Why? He's a pastor now. His life has changed. He's a new person. Why do I need to know that?
Judge man had to do it all the time.
But why do we need to know that this man that is up there telling us why we should vote for Donald Trump, why do we need to know that he used to be a drug addict? Or deal with drugs? Why do we need to know that? We don't need to know.
We don't need to know that, but you know what? You never
That's
know.
like them saying, prime example, that's like them saying when Bill Clinton gets up there, that's Bill Clinton, former president of the United States, who was impeached or almost impeached back in 1998 for having sexual relations with Monica Lewinsky. Why do they need to put that up there? They don't. Exactly.
But this is
they
not.
Don't.
They didn't. You know what? It's not as bad. I don't think it's that bad, but I still.
But it's no point of doing that.
I think it's okay because people want to know why is he relevant enough to even get up on this stage to speak to.
But him being a pastor and a supporter of Donald Trump is why he's relevant. His life of drugs in the past, which Donald Trump ain't even talking about, he's not talking about drugs or anything like that. So why do we need to know that this particular man? Why? Because he's a colored jigaboo.
And changed his life around, but he still looks stupid. And then we're talking about
he changed his life around and had nothing to
taking
do with
this
Donald
country
Trump.
back. Like, I want y'all to start talking about taking this country back. Because, I mean, civil rights movement started, what, 50 years ago? How far back are y'all trying to go? That's what I want to know. But, yeah, so I watched his speech. I watched a couple of speeches. I missed Laura Ingraham's speech. But I was waiting for Ted Cruz to speak. I was waiting because
Laura Ingraham.
Yes, or Laura Ingram. You know what I meant, bitch. It looked like Ingram.
Who the hell?
Well,
You
you
spelled
know
that way.
Yeah, Ingram. You knew what I'm talking. I always tell fucking show. I don't like it.
I forgot you say when I said dumber.
Okay, dumber, bitch. I know what it is, girl. Don't do
You
it.
said dumb.
Don't get cute.
Dumber.
Don't get cute because you're more than 1 second. Don't get that fucking
okay,
bitch.
because I'm about to get like Chris Jenner. Okay, you see what means? Yeah, you put the glasses. When you look at your bank account, you see 75. No, when you look at your bank account and you see $10, but that $10 looks like 1,000. Okay. I'm on the shit for another few days.
Excuse me. So
That is real shit, though.
Yes.
It is.
Tell me some shit.
Go tell me some shit. Every time I look at my bank account, it says insufficient funds.
That fucking hotel scared me. Okay? Put my money back in my account. Cause I don't play that shit. I remember that time, last time I overdraft, my sister, I'm gonna get an Uber, right?
Oh,
remember that Easter?
No, I
They
don't.
supposed to be taking an Uber all the way to Hunter Park near St. Christopher's Hospital. Cause they usually on Easter have a little carnival out there, right? So I'm like, listen, I only get a free Uber ride up to $30 or whatever. That's fine. Uber driver never told her how much his ride cost, so they drive all the way up Hunter Park from North fucking Philly, from my house, all the way up there, right? Come to find out, there is no car.
So she had him drive her all the way back.
No, so she had him get on the expressway from Hunter Park and go all the way to South Philly to where the ballpark is. To have to go to the carnival.
Instead of her getting out of
At Broad Street.
Listen. Or instead of her getting out at the destination that she was going, once she saw there was no carnival, she said, "Fuck it, we're just gonna stay in this Uber and you gonna keep driving."
Yeah.
You know what he said? Okay, because that's more money for me.
So I'm looking at my fucking phone and I said, where is he taking them and why is he still driving? And I don't have that much money in my account because I ain't get paid yet. I was like, I knew that money wasn't there. So I'm like, what is going on? So I'm calling his phone and he's not picking up.
Because they never answer when they are driving on your dime.
Yeah. So I'm like, what the fuck is I'm getting pissed off. So I get back, I let them get dropped off. I look at my thing and it said $58 fucking dollars. And this is a over 1 hour Uber ride.
Of course it is. From here to Hunting Park, and then from Hunting Park to South Philly.
All the way
yes.
to the expressway.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was an hour and a fucking half.
Oh,
me driving to church from my house, I feel like I'm driving out.
I was over it. So I get up early Monday morning. I go, well actually wasn't that early. It was like afternoon. I get up, but I got up in the morning, ran down to Citizens Bank, took money out of Citizens Bank to go to my credit union
and put it in
there. And they said, oh no, it's already, you've already been charged. So it was, that Uber ride itself was like $118. Cause then you know, whatever else you buy, they fucking always tag on shit to it. I just said, you know what, I'm not
even
even
never
working
get
with
an
them.
Uber ride from me again.
And you know what?
And the fact that she thought that that would be okay to stay in that Uber
When the last time you asked me for an Uber ride?
She know not to ask.
I don't even play those games. Don't fucking play with me. And don't change the destination when you tell me you go somewhere.
Because she's the type that'll do that.
Yes.
Wait, hold on real quick.
Somebody might be like,
wait, can you pull over right here real quick? I gotta go in here.
Hey,
that's his sister.
I don't play those games with Uber game no more, okay?
Hold on real quick. Don't turn the car off. I'll be right back. Turn the car off?
Bitch, get back in this car and
right.
Stop trying to stop everywhere.
Yeah.
Go to me. I don't play that. No, I don't play that no more. And you know, I had to let people know. Now, see, you changed the location on where you were going. You lied to me and said you wasn't going there and you went. You know, but anyway. So back to Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz gets up there. He starts giving a nice speech. It was wonderful. Now, I missed the part where he was talking about Alton Sterling. But I heard that when he started talking about him, there was a pin drop in the room.
Of course.
But the night before, when David Clark coon ass was up there, no, excuse me, 2 nights ago, when he was up there and he praised the Baltimore government, you know, the judges, for letting the cops go, that crowd went off.
Of course.
And I said, then you sit there and talk about how there's nothing wrong with race relations going on in this country, and how can you sit here and say that, and there's no statistics. Motherfucker, you are black. You know what's going on in this country. And for you to be a sheriff, a black sheriff, and then say, oh, ain't none of this happening because of race, you are cooning for them, bitch. I don't see how anybody like can get on TV. You stick to Fox News. Don Lemon, stop inviting him on your show.
Leave.
Stop inviting that ignorance on CNN and on any other cable network. Leave it on Fox fucking News, where it always has been and should be. Sit there and say, oh, I don't see. Like, CNN, y'all like to bring these antagonizers on because y'all like to argue and y'all, I mean, sometimes y'all do like to embarrass people, but sometimes y'all embarrass yourselves.
By having them on there.
Yeah, and you know what, Don Lemon? This has been nothing but good for you because you have been lost your black card, okay? And with everything that's been going on, and you finally waking up, I think you've been getting your black card back because you've been going in on them. You like, they ain't coming for me no more. You tired of being this, it ain't even a scapegoat. You just tired of being
black.
Yeah. You like, nigga, I'm black and I'm gay and I'm like, he's been going off. Like, tell me something. Cause I'm black and I'm gay and I'm on TV. I'm on a nationwide network in prime time. You better go up, Don Lemon. Huh?
Worldwide.
Worldwide. Depending on what time. When I'm overseas somewhere, you know who I see in the time slot? Wolf Blitzer. They'll show him, but I ain't never see Don Lemon. But you never know.
You never know.
You never know.
You ain't up late enough.
Yeah. But Ted Cruz got up there.
If you was walking them streets, them Paris streets at night,
baby,
and then after you got your last John and went back into the hotel, you probably see him on TV. Because you know, after you get your last John, you never go right to bed. I would hope you don't.
I mean, if it's a good minute.
I would hope not. I hope you take a shower.
Baby, it depends.
On what? If they stay with you?
They ain't staying with me. I don't play those games. If I cut up with you and you at my hotel,
you got
one sweet night, you got to go.
You have.
You gotta go. Yeah. It ain't no laying back smoking a cigarette. Bitch.
Because I don't smoke.
Get your crack. There's a soap in the bathroom.
Crack!
Rag!
Oh! I'm say now, come on now. I know you play kind of game.
Get your rag. Get the rag. Go in the bathroom, clean up.
And I don't even think I'd be that nice.
And I'll call you later.
I'll call you. I'm not gonna bring up that story with me.
Baby.
Leave it alone.
Ooh.
Every time I see her face on TV, I say, "You didn't want to get out."
Baby, you know what can turn off a bad? A bad cut up is bad breath. Like it can fuck up a whole session.
I can honestly say I've never had that experience.
Never. Like, ooh.
I've never. Thank you, God. I've never. Because that's this house is a lot of wood.
Because let me tell you, you sure. But that was a little bit left on our back. But baby,
that never happened to me, Kevin. Thank you, Jesus.
Can fuck it all up.
Thank you, Jesus. It never happened to me. I've always had people.
Oh my God, because
good
when they put things.
I don't
listen,
want to
just listen.
I'm listening.
Somebody put their mouth on you, right?
But you can feel the heat.
And let's say once they stop sucking,
then you smell the breath.
It's horrible.
I never had that happen.
It's horrible.
So shout out to anybody that I've ever dated or cut up with. Shout out to y'all.
And I know some people know what I'm talking about.
Bad breath experiences.
But sometimes you be like, they fine.
Nope.
But some people.
That's like saying, oh, you fine, but then you got dirty dick.
I don't play those games.
I don't know what games you play. Especially when you go.
First of all, make sure the lights are on before. See, this is another video at another time.
You go out of town quite frequently.
Yes.
So I don't know what games you play.
Yes, but I don't play those games.
Like, I don't know what games you played in ATL.
Baby. I played one game. And that was called the Blackout, honey. I played one game!
One game!
One game, but I did good. But I won game.
I know you did. I know you did. I hope it wasn't with one of them YouTubers.
No! But you know what?
I don't want to hear
that. No, I didn't.
No, I don't want to hear
it wasn't. But baby, let me tell you. I've been happy this week, I tell you that. But yeah.
Got the cherry pump together?
Lies, you know I don't play those games.
I don't know what games you play.
Let me tell you something. You don't give up nothing.
That's why you go to whistling.
What? You tried it. Baby, they go back there. I'm in the Ain't nothing going on, baby.
You better take an animal.
I've never taken one of them. Why would baby, this drink is heavy, let's talk. But Ted Cruz said, bitch, we still on Ted Cruz.
Dave Bing!
Look, how about we end the look, this is the end of part 1. We'll hit y'all right back tomorrow with another video, because I know y'all can't wait.
Dave Bing.
And the mayor, I mean
the governor. If y'all really want to do something for the city of Detroit, if you really want to do something for the city of Detroit, Melinda Brown Duncan, you better go the fuck off.
Wait. I don't even know if anybody drink that anymore. Like,
she had 211.
that is some old school drink.
She looks like that type, but she is that old school.
But she said what she meant and meant what the fuck she said.
Can I say this really quick? So, this is part 2, right?
Yeah.
So, I've been watching The View lately, and you know I was a View fan some years ago. I used to love The View, watch it. This week, I got back into the swing of things. I love this particular panel, which is... Thank you. It consists
I know what's
of
made.
Whoopi, Sarah, Joy, Sunny, and I can't pronounce her name. Jedediah.
I like that Jedediah.
I like Jedediah. Jedediah is a conservative. She's the new version of Elizabeth Hasselbeck. But I like her because she doesn't back down like Elizabeth did.
Okay.
If she likes these, she likes them. I was watching it and I'm like, baby, this panel is great.
Yeah.
Paula Ferris can stay off, or she can come on when Jedediah isn't there. Raven Simone, don't ever come back. The View, please do not renew her contract. Please do not renew her contract.
You know what I like about Paula though? She ain't afraid to talk about sex. Like,
no, she's not. No, I like that too. But I'm saying for this particular season, for this particular time, we got this election season. This is the best time of The View is when they are fighting about what's going on.
Election and politics.
And that, how do you pronounce her name?
Jedediah.
Jedediah is awesome to me.
You can say that.
Awesome.
Jedediah.
Yeah. I couldn't pronounce it because every time I'm watching, I never hear any of them say her name.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, I don't know how to pronounce her. But I love it. I just love them. Like Sarah Hines, I love her. Like she's just like this goofy, fun white girl.
And she just had a baby too.
You know, I really like her. Joy, you know, I've always loved Joy. And I was so happy when she came back to The View. It's almost like she never left. Sunny Hostin, I always loved Sunny Hostin. And I remember before when they were looking for new hosts.
We was trying to get her.
I remember I tweeted her and said, I hope. And she said, I thank you, I hope so too. I remember that, okay? Because I was like, I could really see Sunny Hostin on this show.
They got rid of Michelle Collins like 4 months ago.
They should have didn't even know. But she should have been off this. She should have never got invited to come on. She was no match for that show. She was none at all. Like Sarah Hines is what
Haynes, my girl.
Haynes. She's what it's spitting. Sarah Haynes is what Michelle Collins should have been. Like. You know, Sarah Haynes is funny, but then she also knows how to be serious without trying to make everything to be a fucking joke. And I love Joy because when I watch Joy and Jedediah go back and forth, it takes me back to 2008 when Joy and Elizabeth used to go back and forth. I just love it. I love this panel. I hope somebody at The View ABC. And shout out to Lionel Williams because he's always his tweet is always on there. And I asked him today, who do you know at ABC?
Okay.
And he gonna say, what do you mean? You know what I mean. Whose lap are you sitting on?
Okay. Damn sure ain't Oprah because she ain't with ABC no more.
Whose lap are you sitting on and how can I sit on it? That's why they got two legs. You sit on one, I sit on the other.
Because he made Whoopi go off yesterday about the titties.
About the titties. She got off the show. Yeah. I think his tweet was like the only tweet they read. It was.
Yeah. But his tweets are always, not only that, his tweet also be on the talk. So he got it in with ABC and CBS.
He knows. Let me tell you something I know. You know somebody, you are doing something right. And anytime you're in Philly, hit me up and show me how I can do it right too.
Because
I always thought I was good at what I did.
Yeah, well.
Shut your mouth.
Listen, so.
And the ones that did put me on
and also shout out to Lionel.
That's what I don't want.
Because Lionel came to the Blackout this year. And he came last year too. You know, but I want Lionel. I don't know if he's ever going to get back on YouTube, but He is one of the positive black men on YouTube that, I mean, this man will travel the world and show different cultures and interview people from all different walks of life. That's something YouTube is missing. Because there's a lot of drama on YouTube. There's people always trying to come for your neck on YouTube. There's YouTubers arguing with YouTubers. I ain't got time to be fighting with YouTubers. Candy said something yesterday. I miss the old YouTube. And I miss the old YouTube too.
I don't argue with nobody on YouTube.
You don't, because you don't even associate with them. I could say more, but
I don't. I argue with no one on YouTube. I don't even, and it's not a bad thing. And let me tell you something. There are some YouTubers that I love and that I watch. I mean, just because I don't talk about it doesn't mean I don't know them and watch them. There's some YouTubers that I love and watch, but then I don't go to the extreme of, you know, so then we have to, no. I love and I watch you. I'm a fan of yours just like you're a fan of mine. And I might actually be a bigger fan of yours than you probably are of mine. But I don't get involved in all that. You know, I don't. It's like,
yeah, well, I hope you on the committee for next year.
the committee for what?
Picking a location.
Well, I did, but apparently somebody
I know this. Okay, because Mikkel, oh, child.
Listen,
Mikkel did not like that we
so-
went back to Atlanta neither. He was, I don't think he liked Vegas, and I don't think he liked.
Well, you know, I was not a
Atlanta.
fan that y'all went
he
to
was
Atlanta
over.
this year.
He was
Okay, can I
over.
just be honest?
Just
Since
be
the
honest,
blackout
tell
is
him.
over.
Yeah.
The blackout is over 2016. Yay! I was very, very, you know, supportive of the blackout early on. But I did not like the idea that it was going back to Atlanta. Because I felt like there are other YouTubers that are a part of the blackout who don't live in Atlanta. So why does it have to be in Atlanta again? And I had suggested some other ideas. And Kevin took the ideas to the people who were doing to the other YouTubers. And apparently they wasn't here for it. So I said, oh, okay, well then.
No, I told this bitch to be on the call, and this bitch did not make the call. Oh, I got to do something to church.
I had a very good idea. I thought a blackout cruise would be awesome.
Yeah, but see, all of them not into the.
Yeah, they all weren't everybody's not into the water. Okay,
But I
everybody
can
go to the beach.
I can do a beach. Yeah,
But
bitch, that's different.
Then I think I said Vegas.
Miami.
Not this. Yeah, I think I said Miami, and I thought Miami would have been a perfect place for the blackout this year. But then they all said no. Let's go back to Atlanta. And so I was just like, no.
But it wasn't you know.
And you know, I like Atlanta, but I'm not a fan of Atlanta.
Yeah, but we trying to give everybody a year in advance. So we are about.
I think y'all should also give everybody that's on the panel a chance to give suggestions on where to go.
That's right.
And not just always have it in Atlanta.
No, see, you weren't part of the call, so you didn't even.
You're right, I wasn't. So I
most of
can't
the stuff that
because
we
apparently somebody told me, I gotta read this because it was so funny to me. But I actually screenshotted it and posted it on my Instagram. This is one young
Oh,
lady,
yeah, she
Dana
went there.
Diamond. She said, Mikkel sure got a lot to say about the Blackout 2017 for someone who 9 times out of 10 ain't going to be there. And she had 16 likes on it at that time, so don't tell her how many likes she got on it. Now, but I thought it was hilarious that she said that because I was saying to myself when I was reading this, I said, well, it's funny because I was actually intending on being at the 2016, but I'm like,
all this drama is.
and then there was all this drama that was building up, and I'm like, you know what, Kevin, I can't be a part of that. I can't be associated with
Well,
that.
thank God that that was the. You know what though? That was the only drama we had 2 years in a row.
Yeah, but I remember
with
the same person. Last year it was with the same person, and I was like, what? And remember, last year I told y'all, don't invite. Well, I told you, don't invite them back, but y'all did anyway.
Because you know I got a nice. You know, that could be my downfall. That can be my motherfucking downfall.
Sometimes you gotta be a little stern like me. I said, Kevin, whatever y'all do, because I'm noticing that this particular person keeps giving y'all hell. Don't invite them back next year when y'all do it. And then when I turned around, y'all invited them back, and then this drama started all over again. I said, well, see, nobody listens to Mikkel because they say Mikkel talk too much. He don't know what he's talking about. For somebody who don't go to the blackout, I'm sure you got a lot to say. I was right. But I was not. But thank God that the turnout was amazing. Thank God the turnout was amazing. You know what I mean? Because the devil, like,
because we were scared because you know when you have a bill and people say, oh, I'm coming, and then they're like, y'all gonna pay or no?
You know what I also think y'all should do too, and I think maybe y'all should think about this, is that in the future when y'all doing the blackout, because I know each YouTuber y'all asked to contribute some coins. Right?
Yeah, but see, depending on how this trip looking like, it looked like we might. I'm not sure if we might have to do that. I'm not sure. Depends on where we go.
Mm-hmm. But I'm saying,
how we gonna do it.
Wherever you go, you're going to need a venue for the actual blackout party.
Mm-hmm.
But what I would suggest is, instead of asking, because when y'all did it last year, y'all asked for a certain amount of money from each. You don't have to say how much money it was, but
everybody knows $200.
Y'all asked for $200 from each YouTuber up front. Mm-hmm. But what I was going to suggest was that in the future, for the future blackout, instead of, say if you do need $200 again, but instead of asking for $200 up front, I would suggest that each one of y'all, or maybe let's say Candy, because Candy's good with that. Y'all have like this thing where every month each YouTuber will send in $10 a month. That will build up to instead of
bitch, I'm drunk.
Listen, no, wait,
because I get what you're saying.
$200. I get what you're saying. No, listen, because $200 may not be a lot to some of us, but you noticed how at the end there was a problem getting the $200. You know what I mean? So maybe if you say, you know what, I'm going to work with you. Because this is what I learned in church. I'm about to take it back to church. This is
make it a committee, basically.
Make it not just a committee, but make it easy for people. Because you got to remember something. When a lot of people, like for instance, I'm always thinking of these ideas at church. I'm not the only person that does it, but I always think of these different ideas that my church can do that involves money. Mm-hmm. But then I always have to remind myself, and my pastor also has to remind me too, that you also got to be mindful that what you may be able to afford up front, the other people in the congregation may not be able to afford. Mm-hmm. And you got a lot of people in the congregation who are on fixed incomes. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So what we do is we have this thing at our church that if we are selling dinners and a member of our church comes up to us while we're in the kitchen selling dinners and says that they don't have any money, can they, get a platter? My pastor advises us to give them that platter for free.
Really?
Because you have no clue on what's going on. So we as Christians are not allowed to tell somebody no when they are asking for food, whether you have to pay for it or not. And my thing, and I know some of you may say,
keep this in mind,
because it's true. It really is true, because you never know what somebody's going through. Because all of us go through hard times. So I'm saying this to say, with the YouTubers, because I remember last year how y'all were struggling trying to get that $200 from a few people. Instead of just asking for the $200 up front, let's just say, like I said, every month, just say every YouTuber will send Candy $10 or $20 every month, and so that it will, by the end of a certain amount of months, it'll equal up to the $200 and $300, so that there won't be, oh my God, I gotta try to find out how I'm gonna get all the $200 at one time. Doesn't that make a little bit of sense?
That was the point of us doing. We didn't ask for it up front right away. Mm-hmm. When we did it, when we first planned, it was like November. No, we started talking like in September, October. We was like, everybody got having money in by March the 1st. It was either by April 1st, And that's all I'm going to say, because I've been drinking. And I don't want to say nothing crazy. But, you just never know what people are going through. Because
everybody goes through.
Yeah, everybody go through stuff, but we ain't kicked nobody. Let's put it like this. We ain't kicked nobody off the pan who even struggle with paying. Right.
Y'all didn't.
First of all, I don't even have the heart to be like, oh, because you didn't pay your $200, bitch, you going. Like, no. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what, I get.
But I also think
my mom, I love my mom, because that's where I get a lot, my heart, that's where it comes from. My mom invite people into her home. Mm-hmm. Motherfuckers come in here. Sometimes they cook and don't even live in here. Like, that's just the person she is. I can't be like, oh, because you don't have your funds, that you gotta go. Might just put myself outside the situation. Because I was thinking, like, I don't even want to be a part of this no more. Because Nunu came here, remember when the Pride was here, he was here, he had that mic on me. I told him, like, I don't want to do this blackout stuff no more. I'm like, I'm done with this shit. Like, it's too much drama, it's too much this, too much that, I don't want to be a part. Then when I got to the blackout, I realized that this shit ain't even about me. This is about the people that come to see you guys. And, you know, I ain't even had the heart to say I'm leaving. Excuse me. I ain't even had the heart to say I'm leaving. I just said, no, I'm not. I can't. But next year...
I don't think you should. But I do think that y'all should have... And, listen, I hear what you're saying, and I agree that... I'm not suggesting that you kick anybody out, but I think y'all need to lay some ground rules. Where it's like, listen.
See, I wish I could be like you sometimes because you don't play the motherfucking game, bitch. Okay, because when certain people owed us money, and I was just like, hold up, Mikhail, they gonna have it. And he was like, look, bitch, give me that phone. Yo, this is Mikhail. I want to know what's going on. Blah 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 blah.
And what happened?
Okay,
I got us those checks. Did I not? And I didn't get off that phone until I had every.
That's why you need to be on the panel next year. You know, I think. Let me tell you something. With these people,
I think you guys do a great job.
And you should be okay.
No. I think y'all do a great, and I think Candy is the perfect person that's
handling. Yeah,
she's excellent when it comes to that. I just think that y'all should do something whereas y'all should make it a little bit more. The word I'm looking for is you have to be a little bit more firm.
But I want you to be on that.
Because I had one of the mothers at my church come to me, Mother Johnson, the light-skinned one with the cane. Mm-hmm. She said to me one day, she asked me, she said, Mikhail, do you think I'm mean? And I felt, first of all, I felt honored that she came and asked me that. But then I felt a little, like, sad that she thinks or that someone may have said that she was mean. Mm-hmm. So I said, no, Mother Johnson, I don't think that you're mean. And I couldn't lie because we were still in church. I said, but I do think that you're firm. And you know what she said to me? I'll take firm any day. She said, thank you. I said, you're welcome. Anytime. But it made me sad because that meant that someone must have told her she was mean. And Mother Johnson is old school. She's 83 years old and she's old school and she don't play. Okay?
But you know what though?
But
she's 83. I'm surprised she even came to you to even ask her that. She know how she is.
She does know how she is. She is. But see, you know what? Some people, how can I say it? Mother Johnson is in charge of our Thanksgiving. When we do Thanksgiving at my church, when we have the Thanksgiving community feeding, she's in charge of the kitchen. So she's in charge of the women who are in the kitchen preparing the food or whatever. And she can be very, very firm. And demanding.
That ain't what you want to say.
Demanding.
Bet you ain't got this shit there yet. Get this shit together.
Okay? I witnessed an episode of that. And you know what I did? I walked right out of that kitchen. Because first of all, I wasn't supposed to be there anyway. And she'll tell you in a minute, if you don't belong in here, get out. And 83, Mother Johnson don't play. If you don't belong in here, get out. And you know what? She's right. Why am I in the kitchen?
You get an award to, right?
No, that's Mother Patterson.
Okay.
Oh, she's as sweet as the Mother Patterson is very sweet. And she's 82. She's sweet as pie.
Wait.
She's a sweetheart.
You said Johnson, right?
Johnson is a I'll shoot Johnson.
How many kids she have?
Mother Johnson, I think she told me she has 7 kids.
Okay, that's why she don't play no more games.
Yeah, she has 7 kids. And you're right, she don't play no games. Not one game is played. Not one game.
If I say something, I only say it one time.
Yup.
Now y'all 19, 2000
But what I will
girls.
say this is that when I ask Mother Johnson to do something, if I ask her to do something, like if I say, Mother Johnson, I want to get the mothers together so y'all can do X, Y, Z, and she'll say, baby, just let you know.
Y'all
This one
just
right here.
better be there.
The light skin one.
Mm-hmm.
That's one.
I remember her.
Yeah. And this is the one I gave the award to.
Okay.
She's very, very firm in the curse you out.
Yeah.
I'm going to show y'all who we're talking about. Is it clear enough? Mother Johnson is the one in the yellow, and this is Mother Patterson. They're both in their 80s. Sharp as a tack, but Mother Johnson will tell you off. And she's very, very old school. So when she asked me one day, she said, do you think I said, no, Mother Johnson, you're not mean at all.
He didn't know how to talk about him.
No, I'm just, because she's not. And like I said, I go to her and I'll call her on the phone, like, we'll talk on the phone. You know, we talk on the phone like we 20-year-olds, okay? Mm-hmm. That's my girlfriend. But yeah, but you just have to be a little bit more firm.
Because this is my thing.
Like if y'all, listen, I'm sorry to cut you off, but if everybody is supposed to have a certain amount of money and by a certain day, I will give you until 2 days later. And by that 2 days later, I'll have to have a conversation with you. Because then that means that after that second day, that means that you have no intentions on paying. And then that means that one of us, if not all of us, is going to have to pay a little bit more. But see, my thing is, you are not going to reap the benefits of this event and not pay. No, you're not going to do that.
And that was one of the questions a lot of
not going to do that.
We just talking, baby. A lot of people had that question at the last year's Blackout, but because me and Kenny felt like that was our event, if anything extra accrued or came up, like, we would take care of that stuff. So we was like, don't worry about that. But this year, we felt like, well, with the great turnout we had last year, we don't need to do a GoFundMe. We could come up with our money and we could sell tickets and then we can make a profit from it. And baby, they was like, yeah, you have a certain amount of money. So I was worried, I was nervous. But then when them people came, because they didn't want to pay them PayPal tickets, but they came, like, I was relieved. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, okay. I was just happy. Because I honestly, I don't want to have, never, ever, ever have a failed event. And that's something I don't ever want or wish on nobody. But, you know.
You never will have it. You never will have it.
And I don't want to.
Do everything.
And as long as I be right. You know, as long as I keep playing right, and I don't play dirty, I'm always win. That's all I can say about it. All I can say about it. And I'm going to say this, to people that want to throw their events, do you. Like, don't ever let nobody tell you you can't do nothing. You can do it. But just be reasonable with your prices, and maybe more people will come. You know what I'm saying? So,
I don't know what that means, but yeah.
Hey.
I think you're trying to.
Baby, I done been through a lot. I done been through a whole lot.
I've been through a whole lot of shit.
Okay? And dealing with other people's bullshit. And people talking about me and talking about my family. I've been through a lot. I'll be quiet and I don't say shit. Oh yeah, but this is not the time. I'm gonna get back to Ted Cruz. And then let me tell you why I respect Ted Cruz. Cause Ted Cruz
How did we get on Ted Cruz?
Cause he went up in Donald Trump's house.
Yes, he did.
At the Quicken Loan Arena.
In Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay? Now, I don't know what type of statement him and Donald Trump had, or what kind of agreement. Ted Cruz gave a beautiful speech. Talked about Alton Sterling. Then he's told people, he said, I don't want nobody to stay home. In November, I want you to go to the polls, but I want you to vote your conscience. Meaning, bitch, I don't want y'all to vote for Trump. I want you to vote for Hillary because I want to be back here in 4 years, and this is going to be my
That's basically what he said. That's basically what he said, because when he made the statement of vote, look up and down the ballot to see who and vote, choose your, and I'm thinking like, well, who the fuck is on the ballot besides Hillary, Trump, and some green party that don't nobody know about?
But all the Republican senators and stuff that matter.
Yeah, but he ain't talking about them. He's talking about Hillary, like you said. So that, like you said, he can run again in 2020. So he can be there in 2020 to run against her. You are very smart. And I didn't think about it right then and there, but then I started thinking about it. That's what he really meant. He's not talking about those other people. He's talking about Hillary. Yeah,
but you know why I respect him? Because he didn't crack into pressure. And the Republican Party know fucking well Donald Trump is not the right man to be running for the Republican Party. Because when they did that autopsy, after they lost to Obama in 2012, Donald Trump is not who they had in mind to turn this Republican Party around. Not when he's going around saying Mexicans are terrorists, Muslims are terrorists, and they have a way of just saying like, they have a way of including everybody when it's not everybody. But that's what they do, to scare you. So, you know, I seen a good Republican speech this morning on TV. And you had a black woman crying because Ted Cruz didn't endorse Donald Trump. Then you had a white woman saying like, I agree with Ted Cruz. And then they talked about their differences. And guess what they did? They hugged it out on CNN this morning. And the black lady was just like, we are a family. We are Republicans. This is that. They made an agreement. And this lady was crying. She said they made an agreement. I don't care what anybody said about anybody. But then the white lady was like, listen, this man attacked his family. And she said, we have questions. Because it's just like how if Bernie Sanders would have won, like people like, you're independent. How dare you run for Democrats in our house? They're like, we want to make sure this motherfucker is really a Republican. So, you know, they hashed it out on TV. I don't know if it's ever going to be seen, if anybody going to have the video of it, but it was just good to see that. We had a black woman and a white woman had different views and they hugged. Now, when I think of the Republican Party, I don't think about that. But what I seen on TV this morning, that was really good to see. Them hash it out and hug. Because sometimes you would wish that Democrats and Republicans could be that way. Yes, we represent different parties. We might disagree on certain things, but it's like, after all of these years, why can't y'all just come to a partisan agreement on certain things? Everybody got to be, oh, you're the devil. Oh, you go to jail. Oh, I'm building a wall. I'm getting rid of everybody illegally. You know, it's just so much going on in our country. And other countries are looking at us like y'all the strongest and y'all doing this.
You're right.
Y'all acting like that? Really? What the fuck is wrong with y'all country? Kevin, why are y'all cops killing black people? Kevin, why are y'all black people killing cops? Then people get mad, and some people might not understand, but that's fine. People get mad when you say, why y'all black people keep killing black people? I don't get mad when I hear that.
And I don't think it's a question to get mad. I think it's a legitimate.
It's legitimate, but they say, oh no, because that's what they want you to think.
No,
but listen,
that's what we see happening.
Yeah, because we get mad when a white cop do it, but we don't get mad when it's done in our neighborhood. And guess what? People say that Ray and poop stuff go to jail. Fuck that. That's not always true because everybody's not opening up their mouth. And this was 35 people on the block that seen somebody get shot. Nobody says nothing. So we do have problems within our own community that do need to be solved. But right now, nobody is focused on that. Right now, we're focused on how white people or white police officers keep shooting our black officers because they are afraid of them. Because when you don't know something, it's fear. And that's exactly what they see when they encounter a black person. They are afraid. But like I said, if you are going to police a black neighborhood, why not get to know them? So you don't have this fear. Because when you pull a black person over, they probably be afraid of you just as much as you're afraid of them.
There you go.
So why are you so, oh, I had to shoot him because he told me he had a gun, he told me he was licensed, and he reached in his pocket, even though he told me he was licensed. I forgot about that right away. I thought he was going for his gun to shoot me. Fuck that. You are afraid, you hold this badge like, you know, this badge make you feel like you're somebody, but then you pussy out when you see a person of a different color of skin. It makes you be a pussy, so you fear for your life. And then, oh, all the police unions, nobody don't know what's going on, and the good cops can't speak out about the bad cops because then you're going against the brotherhood. Fuck that. And it's kind of like that within our community. Because if you say something about how black people keep killing black people, you're going against the brotherhood. So now you're a coon, and you're this and you're that. You're not even for your own race. So how dare you? So do y'all see the similarities? It's really similarities. How dare you be a cop and then speak out about the bad cops? How dare you be black and speak out against the bad blacks? It's just the same motherfucking thing. And if we keep going like this, our country is going to get even more fucked up. And our country is to the point where now people want to say it's President Obama's fault. But see, what most people don't understand, but I watch CNN every day, is that they was never here for Obama since November the 4th, 2008. They was never here for him. They said, we're going to make him a one-term president. We're never going to work with him.
Mitch McConnell.
They told you that.
He did. Mitch McConnell said that.
We're never going to work with him.
I remember that.
Never. But everything that happened is Obama's fault. Obama. There's only so much this man can do. Even him being a black man, there's only so much he can do. What you need to do is stop blaming the president and start blaming the local people in your neighborhoods on what's going on. Y'all elect the same people, and we do it too. We all elect the same people. But how about we find out what they are for and what they are against? Why not march to City Hall and find out, or to your local City Hall, whatever y'all got going on, and find out what's going on? Because you can't always blame Obama. You need to start pointing your fingers at your mayor. Start pointing your fingers at the governor. Start pointing your fingers at the state representatives. How many people know the state representatives or the representatives for their neighborhood? I don't know none of them motherfuckers. Because they don't come to North fucking Philly on 22nd and Birch. They don't come here to see us. They don't see how we doing.
You should have.
Yeah.
As much as your mom's front door is open, they walk right to front.
Yeah, my mom know more the neighborhood than the cops do. Because when you see the cops, they riding it too.
And let me tell you something.
And they ride right on by, don't even wait to say nothing.
Living room, and his mom would be there sleeping. She wouldn't even know that Joan Baez would walk upstairs and use the bathroom. You know when Kevin mom wake up is when you closing that door and that chime thing, huh? Who that? And she'll wake right up. And
yeah, we do need to get a new chime.
Door, and she don't never see. And don't think she's gonna get up to come to that door.
Don't get nobody no ideas. Come to my fucking house, cause you will be met with her.
Don't think she gonna get up and see who that was, cause then she's gonna think that it was.
Don't, bitch. I said she fuck up and you gonna still keep talking. Now look, bitch, we going to part 3 because we got
part 3. No, we're not. We're gonna finish this here, bitch.
Where's my phone?
My foot is restless.
Part 3. Oh, I'll edit it out. Don't worry. I got my editing powers.
Edit what out?
Bitch, I'm here for fun. Wait. Where's my phone? Oh.
Where did it go?
Over there. I'm not being nasty.
Over there.
Okay. So, Michelle Obama Carpool Karaoke. Can I say when Michelle Obama leaves the White House,
she's going to be missed.
She's going to be missed. I think she'll be missed
probably
more than Obama. Because we never had a dope ass first lady like Michelle Obama, and probably says Jackie Kennedy on that.
But you know what's so funny? Because one of the ladies at my job today, when they were showing the Carpool video on the news on Good Morning America, she said the thing about Michelle Obama is she's not even somebody that you look at like politically or that she's a first lady. She was like, you look at her like as a round the way chick. She's fun and she's, you know what I mean? And she was like, to be honest with you, that's how you look at the Obamas. They're just around the way people that just happen to live in the White House. And I think that I was like, wow, you know what? It's so true because they have this aura about them that they know how to conduct themselves like smart, intelligent individuals, and then they know how to go and have fun. And not saying that people who have fun aren't smart and intelligent, but you know what I mean. They know how to go and have fun and let their hair down. Like the part on the Carpool video when she was telling, what's his name? What's the guy's name?
James Corden. He's from England.
When she was telling him, she said, you know, there's the Oval Office right there. The president's in there. And he said, he's in there right now. And she said, he better be. That's what he said he was. And the way her tone got like a black woman, he better be in there. He better be.
She'll play no game.
Because I thought she was getting ready to say he just the hell better be. And I wouldn't have been mad. But then I had to realize she's no Hillary. He knows where a man's at. And he better be in there.
And she's no Millie, okay?
Okay.
From Scandal,
okay? She said he's in there right now. She said he better be. While still looking out the window. She never looked at him. She was still looking out the window at the Oval Office. He better be.
Now, I didn't see the full video.
Oh, I
didn't see the full video. I just seen.
Oh, it's funny.
I seen a lot of the clips, and then I seen her and Missy going off and stuff.
That was hilarious.
Like, yes. Oh, y'all just don't know how decent it is to have a first lady to know the lyrics to the motherfucking songs of stuff that's current. Because
and old school stuff. Like, she was singing that Get Your Freak On.
Let Laura Bush get up in there and Carpool Karaoke. Baby, she's gonna know Dolly Parton, okay?
Don't do that.
Well, you know what though? I did like Laura Bush though. She never did nothing to me.
and she was very, you know, reserved, and she was.
Yeah, but see, I don't want a first lady like Melania Trump that's still lyrics and shit. I mean, still quotes.
Somebody from Stepford Wives.
Lady Gaga and Taylor Kinney. Lady Gaga is not saying that they're broken up. They're on break.
Wow, it's funny because they talked about this on The View yesterday, and I feel like Whoopi Goldberg. Who cares? I didn't even know she was dating anybody.
People care. Lady Gaga been with this guy for 5 years.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
He's on the show Chicago Fire. I met Taylor plenty. We met Taylor, bitch. We met him at Vincent Tamar's house.
Oh,
who is allegedly going through their own divorce. Allegedly.
First of all, well, Tamar dropped those. Those rumors in the thing when she posted that video with her and Vince, and she was singing in his ear. What was she singing? That Mariah Carey song. What was that song she sang?
And Beyonce and Jay-Z did the same thing, bitch. They came out that elevator, everything was cool, calm.
But we didn't hear. Nobody. There was no rumors about them getting a divorce.
That's right. But
it was just we were trying to figure out why Solange was fighting him.
Baby.
And to this day, we
never knew. But they came up on that elevator like nothing never happened.
That's right.
Okay.
That's how you got it.
That's the Matthew School of Media training, bitch.
Oh, by the way, 4 years ago today, we interviewed Brandy for the very first time. It popped up on my Facebook.
I remember that day.
Yes. Shout out to Brandy, because I sent her that video, that link to the video that we did where you were going off on somebody, and it was a series going off, and all of a sudden your phone said, "I don't want nobody," and I sent it to her. I texted to her, and she responded to me. Wait, I got all these text messages in my phone, and ain't nobody sending nothing good. I said, start at 5:59. She said, "I simply will not play with Kevin today or tomorrow in these streets." And then she said, "Oh my God, I am over here crying." It was hilarious. And you was rushing to try to turn it off.
Yeah. But that's my theme song right now. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. Sing, children. Oh, you ain't gonna do it?
No.
Ain't nobody got time for that. That's all I'm gonna give y'all. Don't study my code, pussy. So Lady Gaga and Taylor Kinney. Lady Gaga said they going through their stuff. They both be apart. They both working artists and shit. And you only got a couple more to go. And she just said pray for them. Like she never said that they broke up. Just pray for them. And I've never been in a relationship with someone that does the same thing that I do, so I don't know how difficult it is. But for Gaga to even say something means that they really are going through something, because she don't really discuss.
She was everything.
She don't discuss those things. But when we met Taylor.
We probably did, but I don't remember.
I'm just telling you, I remember.
The last time
remember we had fun at that fucking. It was like
we did, but the last time we were in LA was in 2011. That was 5 years ago.
You was.
Well, you right? Because they invited you to the house and told you.
This was like 2012. Ooh, you try. I've been to all the new houses.
And they told you don't come back.
She ain't tell me not come back. She just got in her feelings over Kim Sure.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't remember you being invited to any of the new stuff.
I've been to the new house.
I'm talking about the new stuff now.
Oh, that ain't my friend.
Oh, okay. That's the point I was making.
Double penalty. But Lady Gaga, y'all be alright. Y'all get through that. Y'all get through that, y'all.
Yes, y'all will.
Charles Kennedy, the man that was laying on the ground and got shot.
Isn't that horrible? Isn't that horrible? And I mean, he clearly explained everything to those officers. He explained that none of them had a gun, that this guy was autistic.
You ready to gang him what they said? Because I know you heard about it. But if y'all hear about it, go ahead and finish.
No, go ahead. What did he say? The cop.
Oh. They were trying to shoot the autistic guy.
Why?
Exactly.
And
I got a toy fucking truck.
And he's telling you that this guy is autistic and that's not a weapon, it's a toy truck. Why are y'all trying to shoot him?
The spin in the lies. Miami, y'all need to get that shit together.
And people in Miami, y'all need to protest. Y'all need to protest. Y'all need to riot and make sure that this police officer is fired. Not suspended, but fired.
Yeah.
And then he said, Charles Kenny said that when he asked the cop, why did he shoot him? I don't know.
Baby, he's about to get a check. But see, the lawyer for him
Charles
said,
Kenny's about to get a check.
yeah, and I'm not talking about Lady Gaga's been Taylor Kenny, I'm talking about Charles Kenny.
Yeah.
Now, what his lawyer said was, they're trying to reach a settlement. Now, see, this is the problem that I have.
Yeah.
Stop settling shit. I'm not saying go to court, but stop settling right away. What I want you to do is release the name of the officer who did the shooting, condemn him, and then fire him. That's what a real police department would do.
Because you.
That's right. Real quick. Oh, this person got it. Motherfucker, he's been locked up 7 times.
What is his name? Harambe. They put the father of the little boy, his arrest history on fucking TV, and he wasn't even at the zoo.
You're right. You're right.
He wasn't, Kevin. He wasn't even there.
At all.
He was probably at work.
That was quick to judge him. Real quick. Real quick, fast.
He wasn't even there. But they put his arrest history on TV.
And Dave Bing and the mayor.
Dave Bing and the mayor, I mean the governor. If you really want to fix shit in Miami, you would release the names of this police officer and all the other officers involved.
Yes! That's the only way I'm going to be okay with this. I want him fired. Because if y'all step up and make a difference, you never know what's going on in the other police department. Because all these all lives matter activists, they ain't say shit. And I'm so tired of people being more upset about a fucking animal losing their life over a human life. Now, I'm not saying that a human life is more valuable than an animal life, but if you're going to get set about one, you need to get set about both.
That's right.
Like, don't give me that shit. Like, there's too much going on. We say Black Lives Matter, y'all say Blue Lives Matter, but you don't understand the struggles of being black and why we have to fight to say Black Lives Matter. And if the people that y'all defend saying Blue Lives Matter, if they understood what it means to be black, y'all wouldn't be going through this with black people killing the officers, because now the black people that's killing the officers, they want the officers and the police departments to know how it feels when y'all kill innocent black men. Blue Lives Matter wouldn't even been a thing if it wasn't for Black Lives Matters. It had to become a movement. And it's not just police officers. It's fucking Trayvon Martin and Jordan Davis. You know, why they being killed? Oh, because you play music too loud. Oh, because you're skinny and black and you don't belong in this neighborhood and you look suspicious. So we have to, it's sad that we have to keep making these movements to let white people know that we're as valuable as you are.
I still can't believe the fact that they spent that whole thing with Trayvon Martin and made it seem like it was his fault for fighting George Zimmerman.
And none of these whole lives.
Why didn't he just stop and do what George Zimmerman told? Who the fuck is George Zimmerman that I have to stop and do what he turned it off and do what he tell me to do?
And why didn't George Zimmerman listen to the 911 dispatcher say, don't follow him? Okay? But all lives matter. But all the lives matter. And all these racist people quick to buy a fucking gun to kill Trayvon Martin. Where are your motherfucking morals? I'm glad my mother was my mother. Okay. Because I couldn't do half the shit these motherfuckers do. My heart be like, what? No, that don't even sound right. No. But I'm glad that, excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm so glad
I don't want nobody. But yeah, go ahead. Because they texted me about this damn revival.
I'm so glad that Charles Kenny survived, because
I am too.
They can't switch the story. They can't change the narrative.
And I'm so happy that somebody stood there
and recorded it.
It's sad
you never know
you have to do that, but you have to. I urge people that when you see people like in a situation like how Charles Kenny was, or as like Eric Gardner, or Alton Sterling, I would advise you to please stop and record, because you never know what your recording may do for someone and their family if anything was to pop off.
That's right.
I'm sure those cops had no idea that somebody was standing there and recording that situation with Charles, because they probably had a whole different story planned. Just like that guy who shot that guy in the back in that park. What? The guy who shot the black guy.
Yes, Walter Scott.
Yes,
Walter Scott.
That cop had no idea that somebody was in that park recording him, and had a whole lie. Oh, he did this and he had that.
Yeah, but look at God.
Look at God.
And somebody waiting in the wings, baby, because they got that shit on tape.
Waiting in the wings.
And he shot him and then threw something down and even tried to, like, come on, man. Come on. We gotta get together in the black community, and we gotta get it together. The police gotta get together in their community, and we all need to come together as one. Like, I don't care if they don't agree with what I'm saying. It's never okay for a police officer to kill a black person because they are in fear, and it's never okay for a black person to kill a white officer or police officers because they want to kill in retaliation of what happened. It's just not right. We all need to get right. We all need to check our communities. We all need to just check everything, man. And it's just messed up. Because, you know, I'm not saying that people don't understand, they'll never understand this, but there was no rallies when my nephew was killed. It wasn't none of that. Like, I really mean that when I say that. But as soon as a white person kills somebody, everybody go off. But for me, like, this is somebody I grew up, I knew their whole life. They was born in my house. My mother raised that person. There was none of that going on. And it's not saying that just that one person that I wanted for justice for. Why didn't nobody rally and say our community need to stop this killing? It was none of that. So you can't tell me, I feel like you can't tell me how to feel about that. And that's why I be like, why do we only do this just for when a black cop kill a white cop, but we don't do it for when it happen in our neighborhoods? That's why I be going off like that. Or why? But then most of the time I keep it to myself because then people think that I'm just looking crazy and stuff. But you gotta put yourself in my shoes too. And I know a lot of black families feel that way. When people get murdered, ain't nobody rally for them, but you only got mad because a white person did it. And then most of the time, these people don't even step up and say anything. Because they don't want to get killed or they fear. You know, that boy got shot in his face. A boy playing basketball here in Philly got shot in his face. You want to kill somebody a week later because you lost a basketball game. And the mom was like, if you're not going to say anything about what happened, don't even fucking come to my house.
That's right.
Don't sit on my step. Y'all was here this shit making me mad. Like, y'all was here every day. Y'all was here, and that's how I feel like you be here every day.
And as soon as something happened, don't nobody know nothing. All these people was with that boy that particular day when he was playing basketball, and don't nobody know
nothing. And I still haven't heard anything.
I think they arrested.
Oh, I haven't heard it because I was in the lane. That's why I say I ain't hear.
They just arrested somebody because I think I saw it today. I just needed to record something because I wanted to see if this recording was working.
What you was recording?
Teen arrested in deadly shooting. So yeah, they finally. But I mean, look how long this was. I was recording us talking to see if when the phone, you know, cuts off and the recording was still going on. But yeah.
So yeah. And Peter Thomas was on Wendy Williams today. You know what, I like Peter, but Peter didn't really step up to what he was supposed to do. Peter, you know you've done a lot of foul things to Cynthia, and you've been in a lot of questionable positions with other women. And for Cynthia and Wendy Williams on, I'm gonna tell you why Cynthia ain't tell you she was divorcing you and why you found it on TV. Because you really hurt her. It had to be that bad to where she couldn't even tell you that she was divorcing you. You had to find out on TV. That was like one of the realest things said that Wendy Williams ever said to anybody. And I seen that half-ass excuse what happened with her and Roland Martin. I ain't like it. I didn't like the interview because I feel like Wendy tuned out while he was preaching, and Wendy really wasn't interested in what he had to say, so it was horrible. But yeah, Peter was on there. He's saying they're getting a divorce. He's going to be on.
They are getting a divorce?
They really are getting a divorce. and that he said he never got paid for none of those seasons. But nigga, you know what you was doing. You did a lot to keep a check in your home. So let's not act like Cynthia wasn't giving you nothing.
Right.
But he said that they make a lot of money, and he wants some of the coins. He didn't say exactly like that, but he said that they're going to be paying me for we going through what we going through, and we getting divorced. You're going to pay me. So yeah. And then he said he really didn't like Portia. Then he said he didn't like Phaedra. And then I think he said he didn't like somebody else.
Nobody cares who he didn't like.
Yeah, but he was just going off based on, you know, like she was like, who in the picture don't you like? He said that Kim Phil was never really a right fit, which we
First of all, you're a man. Why are you talking about on this national TV who you don't like?
Hey,
come on, that's why everybody. But so what? As a man, a real man would have said, well, he would have been able to answer that question the correct way rather than saying all these women that you don't like. This is why people were questioning you.
But see, yeah, but let me finish, bitch. Because Peter said that I'm a man, but even though I'm a man, you're not. I don't know, because I don't know how. Listen, I don't know nothing about how Jamaican men are, because I don't be around them.
They're not like that. That's
what he was saying.
He's a bitch.
I'm a person that speaks my mind, and how I was raised, you're not gonna say all of this. Like Peter said a whole bunch of stuff, you know.
Yeah, but he's a bitch. Like Nene said, he's a bitch. For you to get on this TV, it's not for you to get on this TV.
Saying, I don't know.
Well, I guess. But for you to get on this, because you're not Jamaican or straight, you're gay. But I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? And some gay men don't even do stuff like that. No. But for you as a straight heterosexual man to get on TV and for this woman to ask you and for you to actually sit there and say, the correct response he should have said was, there's nobody I didn't like, you know. Everybody was, you know, their own. But to say, and then to start naming names, this is why Nene called him a bitch. Because he does bitch things. Point blank, period. There's no getting around that. He's a bitch. He's a bitch. And I'm done, because I really have to go.
Go ahead, go do that church meeting, Jay. We gotta go. But y'all have a good weekend. We'll be back Monday. Power. If you missed Power, did you?
I know. I watched it.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, it was good.
Yeah, it was good. But you know what? It's setting it
gonna
up.
get better. Yeah, it's setting it up.
Because baby, Tommy ain't gonna be running shit.
No.
Ghost's gonna be cleaning up after Tommy this whole fucking season. I can see it coming.
Cleaning up his mess.
See, this is what happens when you let Donald Trump get into power. And he start thinking he's running everything, and then you got another bitch cleaning up right up after him. Exactly. Same thing with Obama doing with Bush.
Right.
But yeah, we'll see y'all next week.
The same exact thing.
And you seen Greenleaf, bitch? Because Greenleaf they are doing shows.
Listen, my coworker told me. I said I missed 3 episodes because that's what
they
you
are doing
sleep.
shows. You getting too old to be sleeping.